Parliament of India comes under the article. So wait for a second so that I can start it as well. Okay. Wait a while. Wait for a moment. Then we will start this. Okay. So Parliament of India consists of the under Article 79 to 122. Part 5 deals with the Parliament of India comes under Article 79 to 122 Part 5 of the Constitution of India. Constitution of India. Parliament of India consists of Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha and President of India. Three things. In Lok Sabha, total members are 552. Maximum members are 552. At present, there are only 545 members, in which 13 are representative of states. Sorry, union territories. Not more than 13 we can represent the people from the union territories. And in Rajya Sabha, this is also called as Council of State. In US is called as Senate. Okay, and in Lok Sabha it is called as lower house of the people. Lower house of people. And in Rajya Sabha we have total 250 members. At present, 238 are direct elected and 12 are nominated by the President of India. Okay, 1/3 members retired every 3 year, every 2 years, every 2 year, and the term of every member is 6 year. Okay, but in case of Lok Sabha, the term of member is 5 years. Okay, so 1/3 members retire every 2 year, term is 6 years. Remember that. System of the election to the Lok Sabha. Territorial constituencies readjustment after each census means after every 10 years we have to readjust the boundaries so that we can do the election in a fair and proper manner. By 84th Constitutional Amendment 2001 upgrade up to 20 years. For 20 years we cannot do any readjustment. Should we change after 221? But it has changed from no to 229. Reservation of C's, SC's and ST's. Proportional representation not accepted. Duration of the Rajya Sabha is 245 members at present. Every 2 years, 1/3 members are retired. Permanent time period 6 years. Duration of Lok Sabha is 552, maximum 545 members at present. Time period 5 years. Temporary post, also called it temporary post. So qualification of other person to be chosen as a member of parliament, he should be the citizen of India first. He should have the constitutional faith. He should have the sovereignty, integrity, promote sovereignty, integrity and unity of the nation. Age for Lok Sabha, for becoming the MP for Lok Sabha is 25 years, and becoming the member of Rajya Sabha is 30 years. These are written in the constitution. These things are written in the constitution. The age for member of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha 25 and 30 years are written in the constitution. ठीक है. उसके बाद requirement for adaptation and put in the constitution by parliament. What are the requirements? Age of the voter should be 18 plus as a registered voter in any constitution. But in case of Rajya Sabha, as a registered voter in any constitution, but in constituencies. But in case of Rajya Sabha before 2003, he must be the voter in that state. He must be the voter in that state. But in case of Rajya Sabha before 2003, he must be the voter in that state to be the member of Rajya Sabha. But in after 2003, this provision cancelled out, and it tells that it is not necessary to be the citizen of that state whom we should make an MP for Rajya Sabha. Disqualification: not working any office, post, unsound mind, etc. Must be citizen of India. Representation of People Act 1951 says that no scam not found guilty any court. If you found guilty by any court and the sentence is up to 2 years, the members should be are disqualified for the period of 6 years. He cannot fought the election in any constituencies for the period of 6 years. Okay, so next is, what will be the next? Next is final decision should be if we disqualify any MP from the Lok Sabha Rajya Sabha, the final decision should be taken by the president and opinion given by the Election Commission of India. Vacant of seat, 2 seats within 10 days, resignation, membership change Lok Sabha to Rajya Sabha, or 60 days absent with oath told to the speaker, his membership would be seized. Each house of the parliament have a presiding officer. In case of Lok Sabha there is speaker and deputy speaker. Deputy speaker from Lok Sabha, speaker pro tem and speaker pro tem. Speaker pro tem is the before the new speaker is coming to the taking the charge. This speaker is called as pro tem speaker. Okay, then is presiding officer of Rajya Sabha. Presiding officer of Rajya Sabha is chairman and vice chairman. Chairman is the ex officio member because he is also the vice president of India. So speaker has two special powers. Number first is whether the bill is money bill or not. The decision on which and not his decision on this question is final. Second is speaker presides over the joint sitting. Speaker also presides over the joint sitting under Article 108. In case of there are any disagreement between the two houses, so President of India will take the special session or will call all the MPs. So there will be the joint sitting conducted by the President of India, and it will preside the Speaker of Lok Sabha. Unlike Speaker, who is a member of the House, Chairman is not the member of the House because he is the Vice President. He is indirectly elected by the people of India. But like the Speaker, Chairman can also not cast the vote in the first instance. Casting vote is when the vote is of the joint sitting, when the vote is tied. So Speaker or Deputy Speaker can cast her vote in favor of any person. Money bill is not a bill certified by the speaker. Disqualify anti-defection law. Tenure. From 11th Lok Sabha, deputy speaker must from the opposition party. Deputy speaker must from the opposition party. From 11th Lok Sabha. 1921 created this post, speaker post. 1921 this speaker post was created, and in 1925 Vallabhbhai Patel becomes the first Indian speaker. So next is we would have talked about the speaker. He too can cast the vote in case of inequality of the votes. So Seri as a member of chairman, not as a member of the chairman or the vice president of India takes the Seri as a chairman of Rajya Sabha, not as a member, as a vice president. Deputy chairman will be the member of the House. Leader of the House will be, in case of Lok Sabha there will be Prime Minister. In case of Rajya Sabha, the person appointed by the Prime Minister. Leader of the opposition in Lok Sabha, leader of opposition will be the party who got the 10% majority, 10% seats in the recent elections. that party's members can become the opposition LOP, leader of opposition. Adjournment. Sorry. Next is whip. Whip is not mentioned in the constitution. Whip is not mentioned in the constitution or any book. But when the but if government want to pass any bill, all the MPs must present at that time. Whip is not mentioned in any constitution or book. But when if the government wants to pass the bill, all the MPs must present at that time. So the session in every year is three session in every year: BMW, budget session, monsoon session, and winter session BMW. Next is adjournment. Adjournment means terminate the session for a period time defined. Next is adjournment sine die, not specified time mentioned. Adjournment sine die, not specified time period mentioned. Next is prorogation. Prorogation is it only terminates a sitting but also a session of the host. It not only terminates the sitting but also session of the host. It not only terminates the sitting but also session of the host. But in case of adjournment, it only terminates the sitting, not the session of the host, and time will be defined. It is done by the President of India. Prorogation is done by the President of India, and adjournment is done by the Speaker of the presiding officer of the House. It is not affected. Prorogation does not affect it, or does not affect the bills or any other business pending before the House, and the same can be resumed when the House meets again. But in case of adjournment, it does not affect the bills or any other business pending before the host. However, all pending notices other than the introducing bill lapses on progression, and fresh notice have to be given for the next session. In Britain, progression brings to an end of all bills or any other business pending before the host. Next is dissolution. Dissolution during national emergency may extend up to 1 year. 1 year and for 6 months when Parliament is in session. When the host will be dissolved, when the Lok Sabha complaint is his 5 year tenure, not having majority, or by the president, or by the president, or by the president, not challenging the court of law. During national emergency, Parliament extend up to 1 year. Uh, during national emergency, Parliament extend up to and further. During national Parliament extend up to 1 year. Further, 6 months when the Parliament is in session. Or by the Prime Minister, President of India, not challenging the court of law. All work bill pending in lapses. All work bill pending lapses. Joint sitting bill passed under Article 108 bill is not lapse. If the bill is present in the Rajya Sabha but not passed by the Lok Sabha, bill will not be lapse. If the bill is present in the Rajya Sabha but not passed by the Lok Sabha, bill will not be lapsed. A bill passed by the Lok Sabha pending in Rajya Sabha lapses. A bill pass if a bill is present in the Rajya Sabha and not passed by the Lok Sabha, bill will not be lapsed. A bill passed by the Lok Sabha but not passed by the Rajya Sabha lapses. President signed bill will not lapse. If the president signed, bill will not lapse. President sent back to Lok Sabha, bill will not lapse. President sent back to Lok Sabha, bill will not lapse. Quorum. Quorum क्या होता है? 10% members present in the house, both the house. Meeting start. Lok Sabha 55 members and Rajya Sabha 25 members. Voting in house. For oppose or support. Next is voting in house. Voting in house is ayes and noes. Language in Parliament. Act 1963 continue English used in Parliament along with Hindi mentioned in the Parliament. Lame duck session. Last session of the previous government. Lame duck session is the last session of the previous government. Lame duck session. Lame duck session is the last session of the previous government. Proceeding starts from 11 to 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. 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 Proceeding starts from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Question hour. Question hour. Question hour. Government versus opposition. Check and balances. Starting duration 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Question hour. Checks and balances. Government versus opposition started from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Start question. Oral answer. Supplementary question can ask. Start question. Question hour 11 to 12 p.m. in which start question, unstart question and short notice question. Start question, oral answer should be given, supplementary question should be asked. Unstart question, written answer, supplementary question should be cannot follow, supplementary question cannot follow, unstart question, written answer. Short notice question, first ask the question, then what is the question, answer will be 10 days, within 10 days orally. Short notice question. Start question, oral answer, supplementary question can ask. Unstart question, written answer, no supplementary question. Then short notice question, question should be asked first, then notice, answer should be given orally after 10 days, within 10 days. Then is 0 hour. 0 hour is the time gap between the question hour and 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Gap between question hour and lunch. 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. 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 question hour. Sorry, 0 hour. In 0 hour, 1962 introduced Indian invention. 1962 introduced Indian invention. It was introduced in the year 1962 by the government of India. It is Indian invention. It represents people's immediately condition, anything comes in mind. Immediately conditions, anything comes into mind. Next is motion. Substantive motion, impeachment, removal of ACI, etc. Substitute motion. Substitute motion is substitute in place of complete original motion. Substantive motion, impeachment or removal of the ACI. Next is substitute motion. Substitute motion is substitute in place of the original motion. Then substitutive motion, any part substitute in the original motion. Next is the next one is joint sitting. Joint sitting. What is joint sitting? Next one is joint sitting under Article 108 by the President only for ordinary bills or financial bill, not for the money bill. Constitutional amendment only for ordinary bill. Joint sitting under Article 108 by President of India only for the ordinary bills, not for the financial bill or monetary bill or constitutional amendment. Point of order: to control the government, work with the rule of, if not work with the rule of procedure. Half an hour discussion. Voting not need. Speaker can allot 3 days in a week for such discussions. Half an hour discussion. For public importance, short duration discussion. Speaker allowed 2 days in a week. 1953 introduced 2 hours for public importance. Voting not in. Special mention. Rules in Rajya Sabha if not introduced in Parliament. Use in Lok Sabha notice. Matter is not discussed in any time under rule 377 in Lok Sabha. Resolution Youth Parliament. Aware to the youth about the parliament, discipline in youth, aware about democracy. It is a kind of scheme. Closure motion. To close the debate and vote. Simple closure. To close the debate and vote. Simple closure is matter is sufficiently discussed. No put on vote. Matter is sufficiently discussed. No put on vote. Closure motion. Debate and vote. Simple closure is Matter is sufficiently discussed, no put on vote, no put on vote. Closure by compartments, closure by compartments, divide debate, closure by compartment, divide debate. Kangaroo closure, important portion to cover for discussion, important portion cover for discussion. Guillotine closure, guillotine closure without discussion debate, without discussion debate, without discussion or debate, vote on it, vote on it. फर्स्ट वन इज सिंपल क्लोजर, ठीक है, सिंपल क्लोजर। सिंपल क्लोजर क्या होता है, मैटर इज सफिशिएंटली डिस्कस, नो पुट ऑन वोट। सेकंड वन इज क्लोजर बाय कंपार्टमेंट्स, डिवाइड डिबेट, डिवाइड डिबेट। थर्ड इज कंगारो, कंगारो क्लोजर, इंपॉर्टेंट पोर्शन कवर फॉर डिस्कशन, इंपॉर्टेंट पोर्शन कवर फॉर डिस्कशन। नेक्स्ट इज गुलिटीन क्लोजर, गुलिटीन क्लोजर, गुलिटीन क्लोजर इज विदाउट डिस्कशन और डिबेट, put on vote, put on vote. Okay, so next is facility privilege motion to stop power of an MP. Calling attention motion, calling attention motion is invented by India for public darbar starting 1954. Adjournment motion, more than 10% members are present, normal proceeding stops, business of government stop, discussion to 30 hours, against the government, Lok Sabha, not in Rajya Sabha. No confidence motion, last majority, Article 75. The Constitution says that the ministers are collectively responsible to the Lok Sabha. Censure motion, it should state that reason for it adoption in the Lok Sabha. What would be the next? It is passed by in the Lok Sabha. The Council of the Minister must resign from the office. Censor motion. Okay. Motion of thanks. Motion of thanks. Last session after every general election. Last session after every general election, and first session of every financial year. Last session of every general election. Motion of thanks. Last session of every general election and first session of every financial year. Added by the president, addressed by the president, addressed by the president. Indirect way of majority thanks. President by presided by the president of India. Motion must pass in the House. Defeat of the motion will be the defeat of the government if not passed. No day yet named motion, not mentioned date by the speaker. Public versus private bill. It is introduced by the parliament by a minister. It reflects the policies by the government ruling party. It has a greater chance to be approved by the parliament. It rejection of the House amount to the expression of the want of the parliament, no confidence in the government, and may lead to the resignation. Its introduction in the House requires 7 days notice. Okay, it is introduced by any member of the parliament other than the minister. It reflects the stance of the opposition party of the public matter. It has a lesser chance to be approved by the parliament. Its rejection by the House has no implications on the parliamentary confidence. The government had its resignation. It introduction 1 month of the notice. Next is private member bills. Government attention on important matter, promotes healthy discussion, promotes parliamentary democracy. Legislative procedure in parliament, ordinary bills and money bills. Money can be introduced either house in the Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha, but in money bill under Article 110 can be introduced only in the Lok Sabha, not in the Rajya Sabha. Can be introduced only by the finance minister, can be introduced by the private members, can be introduced only in the recommendation of the only on the recommendation of the president. Cannot amend it or rejected by the Rajya Sabha. Amended or rejected. Cannot amend it or rejected by the Rajya Sabha. Rajya Sabha should return the bill with or without recommendation, which may be accepted or rejected by the Lok Sabha. Can be detained by the Rajya Sabha for a maximum period of 14 days only. Requires certification of the speaker when transmitted to the Rajya Sabha. Next is sent to the president asset even if it is approved by the only the Lok Sabha. Defeat in the Lok Sabha lead to the resignation of the government. Can be rejected or approved but cannot be returned for the reconsideration by the president. Next one is in this also. Next one is financial bills. Deals with the money bill under Article 110. Financial Bill 1 under Article 117 Clause 1. Financial Bill 2 Article 117 Clause 3. All money bills are financial bills. All money bills are financial bills, but all financial bills are not money bills. क्या सुनने लगे, क्या बोल रहा है ये? Deals with the financial bill deals with the money bill under Article 110. Financial Bill 1 under Article 117 Clause 1. Financial Bill 2 under Article 117 Clause 3. All money bills are financial bills. 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 All money bills are financial bills, but all financial bills are not money bills. All money bills are financial, but all financial bills are not money bills. Certified by the Speaker of the Lok Sabha as money bills. Physical matters, revenue and expenditures. Financial Bill 1, physical matter, revenue, expenditure. Financial Bill 1, Financial Bill 2. Financial Bill 1, Article 117 Clause 1. Financial Bill 2, Article 117 Clause 3. Same as money bill, but no provision of Article 110 contains. It contains Financial Bill 2 contains no provisions of under Article only introduced in Lok Sabha. No provisions related with the ordinary legislation. Prior recommendation of the President. Prior recommendation of the President contains ordinary bills provisions as well. Only provision related to the ordinary legislation. Giant sitting under Article 108. Financial Bill 1. Giant sitting under Article. Both giant sitting should be held. Can summoned by the President to resolve the deadlock. Money bill and constitutional amendment bill under Article 110. No giant sitting for this. For money bill and constitutional amendment under Article 110 and this constitutional amendment, no giant sitting for this. Giant sitting of the two houses. Extraordinary machinery provided by the Constitution. Giant sitting of the two houses. Extraordinary machinery provided by the Constitution to resolve the deadlock. If the bills is rejected by the other house. If the hosts have finally disagreed as amendments to be made in the bill. If more than 6 months have elapsed from the date of the receipt of the bill by the other host without the bill being passed by it. Above three situations, the President can summon both ordinary bills and the financial bills only, not the money bills or the constitutional amendment bills. Note, if the bill has already lapsed due to dissolution of the Lok Sabha, no giant sitting can be summoned. The Speaker of the Lok Sabha, Deputy Speaker or Deputy Chairman of the Rajya Sabha can preside the meeting of the giant sitting. The Speaker of the Lok Sabha, Deputy Speaker, Deputy Chairman of the Rajya Sabha can preside the meeting of the giant sitting. Giant sitting is governed by the rules of procedure of Lok Sabha. Giant sitting under Article 108 can preside by the Speaker, Deputy Speaker and Vice Chairman of the Rajya Sabha. Deputy Chairman of the Rajya Sabha can preside the meeting of giant sitting. Giant sitting is governed by the rules of the Lok Sabha. Only 3 times giant sitting is held since 1915. Exception: no new amendments can be proposed except to cause disagreement between the two houses. Due to delayed or amendment can be done. So thank you so much. I have completed this. Now let's talk about the Election Commission. Election Commission is a constitutional body. Under Election Commission is a constitutional body under Article 324 of the Constitution. It gives the direction, control and superintendence to the all states and duties. Permanent and the independent body, free and fair election under Article 304 of the Constitution, direction, control and superintendence. Election Parliament, President, conducted by the Parliament and State, President and Vice President, Parliament and State Legislature, conducted by the Election Commission of India. All India body, common for both center and state, not concerned with the election to the panchayats, municipalities in the state. Constitution of India provides for a separate state election commissioner state election commissioner, central government, state government. Composition. What is composition? Chief election commissioner and such members of the other commission president may from the time to time fix. Appointment shall be made by the President of India. When any other election commissioner is to be appointed, Chief Election Commissioner shall be act as the chairman of the Election Commission. Presided may also appoint after consultation with the Election Commission. Regional commissioners as may consider necessary to assist the Election Commission. Okay. Condition of the service and tenure of the office of the election commissioners and the regional commissioners shall be determined by the president. Changes. Since 1990 deputy October election commission single member body consisting of the chief election commissioner. In 1989 the president appointed 2 more election commissioners to cope with the increased work of the election commission on account of lowering of the voting age from the 21 to 18 years. Election commission functional as a multi-member body consisting of the 3 election commissioners. 2 posts of the election commissioners were abolished in Jan 1990. Again 1993 president appoint 2 more election commissioners. Since then till today the election commissioner has a functioning as a multi-member body consisting of the 3 election commissioners. 2 other election commissioners have equal powers to receive equal salary allowances and other questions which are similar to those of the judge of the Supreme Court. Hold office for a term of 6 years or until they attain the age of 65 years. 6 or 65 years. They can resign at any time or can be removed before the expiry of their term. Okay. So 6 years or 65 years. 6 years, 65 years. Independent and important function. He cannot be removed from the office except in same manner on the grounds as a judge of the Supreme Court are to be removed from the court. In other words, he can be removed by the president on the basis of the resolution passed into that effect by the both houses of the parliament with special majority. On the ground misbehavior or incapacity, he does not hold his office till the pleasure of the president, though he is appointed by the king. And condition of the chief election commission cannot be varied from the of the appointment. Any other election commissioner or the regional commissioner cannot be removed from the office except on the recommendation of the chief election commissioners has not been prescribed for the qualifications.